So let's go ahead and have a look at our second passage, which very interestingly posits this thought. I mean, when we talk about human behavior, I don't know about you, but when I read them, I am sucked in the moment I see a new viewpoint. So notice, human actions can be described as self-evidently meaningful. And here we are where we think that, hey, most of our actions are meaningless. Quite a few of us actually are accustomed to doom scrolling, just open our phone and then start scrolling. So they say that they are self-evidently meaningful because they are performed for a purpose and express an intention. And then that is compared to the actions taken by those entities that lack consciousness. And then it moves towards this, it takes this interesting turn where it says that, hey, so we know that they have meanings, but the interpretation of that meaning, should that fit into the study of human behavior? Do social sciences need to bring in that element of interpretation? And then they talk about that, hey, there are a lot of people who agree to this, and then there were people who talked about this phenomenology of spirit, intellectual and cultural dimensions, enculturation, all of those things. And then the next paragraph says that, okay, within this theme, we have something called hermeneutics, which starts giving more importance to it's the theory of interpretation that, okay, it is not in this paragraph, the core is in the next one. They argue that human actions are the expressions of ideas and feelings, and as such are essentially meaningful phenomena. So that's basically the gist. So let's go ahead and have a look at the first one. What is the essence of the passage? So if I look at A, ideas and feelings are inherently meaningful expressions, that's said by hermeneutics. But then this option does not mention hermeneutics. This option does not even talk about the first couple of paragraphs or the key theme that is emerging. So we established that human actions are meaningful. Then should social sciences study those actions and the interpretations? So some people studied the intellectual cultural aspects, and then hermeneutics said that no, we should also look at ideas and feelings because they are important. So A does not have a large chunk of this. Even if you look at B, that's once again narrow as it talks about only the second half of the first paragraph. But C does talk about social science and the interpretation of the human behavior. And therefore, this comes really close. D is also a tricky answer choice, but D can be eliminated because according to the passage, causes are not important. In fact, that is where the passage actually ends. So for question number 5, the answer should be option C. Sixth, in the passage, the author is making the claim that, so let us see which one of these is true. A, the hermeneutic school has introduced a major difference from traditional by making culture. No. Hermeneutic school makes ideas and feelings central and not culture. Culture was the people who came prior to them. So A is false. So should not be our answer. Social scientists have come to a broad agreement as to how meaning should be interpreted. False. There are some people who are of the persuasion that it should be interpreted. But there is no consensus yet, and that is why they need to persuade. See, humans perform meaningful actions while other animals do not. Okay, this part is absolutely all right. But when you look at this, it's not about other animals. It is about those other entities that lack consciousness. Does the passage make a claim that all the other animals lack consciousness? No, and therefore the second half should be can't say. Let's have a look at D. Social sciences are all about the interpretation of meaning of human action. Absolutely, you can get this from the second paragraph. So D is true, and therefore in this particular case our answer should be option D. Let's have a look at question number 7. We can infer that the author and the hermeneutic school would approve of social science theories that include all of the following except. So what all would the hermeneutic school plus the author approve of? Interpretation? Yes, they will approve of it. Difference in action? Yes, first paragraph. Causes for meaningful actions performed by humans? They don't care about this, so this should be the answer. should be the focal concept. Yes, this is given, so this can also be ruled out. So see, causes are very explicitly denied, meaning, in fact, let me just take you to that relevant part. Will just take us a minute. Here it is. Meaning, meaning, not cause, and therefore that helps us rule out option D as well. Rule out, that helps us eliminate causes as a factor, and thus C becomes our answer. This is the opposite of what has been recommended. So for question number 7, C it is. Let's have a look at the next one. Main difference between the traditional approach and the hermeneutics approach. Traditional approach depended on intellectual and cultural environment. Hermeneutics says focus on ideas and feelings. Which one talks about this? A does. So A can be our answer. B, traditional school relied on causes. Emphasize, no, nobody relied on causes, so B is definitely false. Method based approach, not stated in the passage. Ignored the cognitive capabilities of other species. No, they said that they lack consciousness. Whether they look at cognitive capabilities or not is something that is not stated. So A, B, C and D represent something which is not even a part of the passage, and therefore we can definitely choose A as our answer for question number 8. And I think that takes care of our passage 2.